Now, today's question is, what does the Bible say about soul ties, okay? Well, the Bible does not say anything about soul ties, but the Bible does mention some things that are related to soul ties, okay? So again, the Bible doesn't really say anything about soul ties, but there's things that the Bible says that are kind of related to soul ties. So that's why I will be discussing soul ties in this video, okay? So before we get into that, let's define soul ties. Soul ties are connections from one person's soul to another person's soul, okay? So I think you should be able to understand that, right? So it's a soul connection, okay? So one soul to another, okay? Soul ties, we can form soul ties with just about anybody, okay? So you can have soul ties with family, friends, or relationships. Like you can have romantic relationships. You can have soul ties, okay? Soul ties can be formed with just about anybody, okay? So again, basically a soul tie is when two souls intertwine, okay? So soul ties, it's a powerful emotional bond, or even a powerful sexual bond that you may have with someone else, okay? You should be able to understand that, okay? So when you have a soul tie with someone, it's hard to detach from the person that you have a soul tie with, okay? So yeah, like when we have a soul tie with people, it's hard to detach. When you have a soul tie with, it's hard to detach from the people that you have soul ties with, okay? So that means, like you get so attached to people, okay, that you have soul ties with, okay? So even after the person dies, or maybe you stop being friends with the person, or you break up with the person, you can't stop thinking about them. It's hard for you to move on from that person, even though they may no longer be here or really in your life like that. That means that's a sign that you probably have a soul tie, okay? So you should be able to understand that, okay? So yeah, basically you feel so attached to someone, even though this person is no longer in your life, okay? So that's a soul tie. So soul ties, they can be pretty annoying, or it may disturb you if you can't move on from someone who is no longer in your life, or somebody that's no longer here, okay? Anymore. Yeah, so that's why in today's video I will help you break your soul ties, because I know that soul ties can be pretty annoying, or they may disturb you, okay? So that's why I'm going to help you in this video to break your soul ties, okay? So first, if you want to break your soul tie, you have to stop thinking about the person, okay? The person that you have a soul tie with, try your best to not think about them. Number two, you may have to delete text messages or the person's number that you have a soul tie with, okay? And the next thing is you may have to throw anything that the person gave to you, okay? That you have a soul tie with. So if you have, like, maybe they gave you a sweater, a teddy bear, jewelry, you have to throw those things out, okay? The things that the person that you have a soul tie with, the things that they gave you, you must throw those things out. So that's another way to break your soul ties, okay? You can also, like, stop checking them on social media. Like, stop checking out their social medias. The person that you have a soul tie with, stop checking out their social medias. That's another way to break your soul tie. You can also find a prayer online to break soul ties. If you want to do that, you can. So those were a few ways to break the soul ties that you may have, okay? So you should be able to understand this video. So I gave you, a few ways to break your soul ties, So please do as I instructed, okay? Make sure you break those soul ties, okay? Break those attachments, that you have with someone else, if you don't want those attachments anymore, okay? So make sure you do that, okay? So, yeah, again, today's video was all about soul ties, okay? So yeah, that's the end of this video, okay? So God bless every living soul that will see this video, okay?